Hi, you've tuned into Gila, Nehemia, Sacred Erotic Poetry Podcast, Sacred Sexuality and Ascension. Thank you for joining me today. I am a sacred erotic self-love coach, writing empowerment coach, and divine feminine healer, and your spiritual heart guide. I wear many hats, as you probably do too. So I just want to thank you for listening right now, and I'm really excited to be here. I know it's a little late. I normally record on Wednesday and Thursday. It was quite a busy week, so thank you for all of you who are tuning in. Before we begin, let's close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths from my diaphragm all the way up to our highest chakras. So take 3 deep breaths with me, hold it. And when you take that deep breath, really feel into whatever it is you're desiring right now. So let's take 3 deep breaths now. Thank you. So we're calling in our light teams, our guides, our angels, our ancestors, our spirit animals, God, Source, Universe, to assist us, Holy Mother, Holy Father, to assist us in this podcast episode on Bliss consciousness, opening up our hearts and all of our 12 chakras into the abundance and love that already exists in our auric field, and allowing us to receive these amazing light codes and truly begin to take from our third eye our dreams and desires into our reality. Aho, and so it is. Thank you. So thank you all of you again for tuning in today, or whenever you tune in. And yes, the topic is on abundance or bliss consciousness, including love and any type of abundance. You know, abundance is in having loved ones, having, you know, your pets, flowers and fruits, obviously material possessions, anything you're desiring, really. I think abundance can also be defined however you want to define it. You know, I know that I used to want a really big house, and I live in a fairly humble dwelling. And you know, I really feel like wherever it is I'm going to live, like, it's fine as long as I have a lot of trees around me and fruits, and you know, this is really important to me more than the actual structure of the house. So I'm just inviting you into how do you feel that you can commune with the earth and really feel that you are in balance? Because really, abundance and bliss consciousness is all about balance and working with your energies and working with nature, as far as I'm concerned. And you might have some other ideas, though. That's kind of the theme of this podcast. So why is that? So this past week was the Mars and Venus Conjunct. Actually today, which is Saturday, the 17th of July, is the quarter moon. And so what's been happening, at least I have been feeling, and I've seen this in the collective as well, these love and abundance codes are opening up. True love, you know, so no longer the conditional love that you may have had in the past, or transactional love that may have occurred even in your family. This is now true abundance in its highest sense, your birthright, something that you may have felt that has been eluding you for some time is now available to you. So the caveat is letting go of any kind of limited beliefs, really fully healing anything. And even if you've been healing these core wounds that have been coming up, it's also healing just the mental stories and patterns, and even just the way that you think about things, like to even say, okay, maybe you want to do X course or sign up for this program. Well, and then you have to really decide, okay, is that really a sound investment? And so the first place I would ask you to look at is in your heart space. Does this resonate with you? Because when you can answer that as a resounding yes, everything else follows. And before I start reading any of my poetry, I wanted to also share that I am going to be doing a series starting on the 26th of July on writing as part of your repertoire of healing tools. And I'm going to be doing this series in Instagram. This podcast will be part of the series, but I'll be doing a number and Facebook. So I'll be doing a number of different avenues and posts about how to use writing, and including prompts. So if if you've been tuning in here, I'm going to be using some prompts as well to help you to truly ground it, because writing makes things real. When we're meditating, when we're communing with nature, when we're using oracle tools, quantum healing, sound healing, dance therapy, whatever you do, there's so many different types, singing, to really open up the chakras. So I am just inviting you to ground it, especially with the new and full moon. Those are the best places, but also like daily practices could be for some of you who find writing to be helpful. And even those that might not, you'll be surprised when you write, things happen. And it's no longer in your mind, you release it. And I think that's an important piece as well, to release the mind, to release the thoughts, to put it on the paper, burn the paper, whatever you do next with the paper can be part of the ritual. But I think the important part is actually taking it from the head through the hand by actual hand writing onto the paper is a very powerful process. So that's going to be coming up soon, as well as I have 3 spots available for my 6-month mentoring program. And I'm really excited because it's such an intense program. And I've been so blessed in this. I've been talking about this anthology that I've been doing with these 10 other authors, and just the healing that's happened. Even some of them were my previous clients. It's been immense. So I'm including, book writing as part of my mentoring programs now, and quantum healing that never used to be before. So I'm just really excited about what's happening and what's about to happen as well. So let's go into what is abundance or bliss consciousness. I did, and you might have done that 21-day abundance meditation through Deepak Chopra, and he talks about bliss consciousness or Ananda. And so when we talk about this bliss consciousness, we're really, how do we just find more joy in every part of our life? How do we see the pleasure? How do we experience the pleasure? Even when things are challenging, how can we really feel it in our body? Because as I was saying in a previous podcast, if you haven't listened to them, I was reading or listening to The Body Keeps the Score. So our body is holding so much trauma all the time in our cells. And it's like we're going through this healing process through a variety of different tools that we're using, and we're realizing, and we're finding triggers. And that's been really the biggest thing that I found in my work, and in the 3 or 4 years that I've been on this journey. The triggers are not present anymore. Like I can write about my my late husband or the emotions I felt, and I finally have come to a place, and it's been like really almost it's been a celebration for me to not feel triggered, to not even expect heartbreak, to not be surprised, not really feel disappointment. It's like, okay, that door's closed, what's the next door? And that's been huge for me. That has been a release in my body, in my feelings, in my thought patterns. And that has really been a sign, at least for me, of a true transformation. because and he talks about this, which was so amazing, that like, you know, heartbreak and disappointment are parts of trauma. You know, because of trauma, these things are just exacerbated. You know, they're just made worse when they happen, and we don't, you know, at least I didn't know how to handle it. It would be like months, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes years, where I just like couldn't get over something, and I was just like, what's up with me? You know? Like I wasn't really hard on myself, but it was just like difficult, until I understood that this is a path, you know, to really like let go. So I'm just encouraging you wherever you are. You know, I do a number of interviews, and I know you're probably looking for your own help for what you need. So if anything is resonating with you, whether it's me or anyone else, I'm really inviting you to step into that, and including books. You know, I am a huge and avid book reader. And I love reading books, you know, and I love connecting to people's stories. That's why I'm so connected to people writing their stories, because I love hearing stories. And I think I really believe when I hear another person's story, and if it evokes an emotion in me, or just allows myself to think of a new idea, it's such an eye-opening experience. And it's not, you know, it's not only for the writer or their families, but it's also the people that read the story. So there's a lot of different healing and activations happening through words and the voice. So this is an exciting news I wanted to share as well. This is a week of excitement, which is why I wasn't able to come on Wednesday or Thursday. So I recorded the audio portion of my book. So I'm doing an audiobook. And the tentative date is in about 2 months, it'll be ready. So that was just super exciting. You know, it was a real opening of the throat chakra. And, you know, those of you that know my poetry, I'm not shy. I talk openly about sexuality and ascension and, you know, spirituality, nature, my feelings. And I was really comfortable. It was a studio right in my neighborhood. And I was like, I felt so exhausted after I did it. And I realized like that was a huge portal as well. So it was right around the Mars and Venus Conjunct. And I feel like it's not, and, you know, that is not just about a union between, you know, like male and female beings or male and female energies. It doesn't have to be about, you know, heterosexuality, but just any kind of partnership. It's not just about a partnership between people. It's also the union within us. And I feel very strongly about this. And I feel like these abundance codes and this bliss consciousness it's also, that's what it's about. It's this balance and alignment to the truth and the opening of all the 12 chakras to realize that we are the Godhead. We are divinity in and of ourselves. We connect into the higher self. And this first quarter moon, you know, so we're 1/4 of the way to come to a full moon. So we are now at that, it's almost like a 45-degree angle, right? I believe. So that we're at that point where we're moving out of, you know, we're fully consciously leaving the old identity and probably already have left. And now we're in that transition where we're just opening up to the new, like fully as a flower and stepping already into it. You know, I felt like the Mars and Venus conjunct was that kind of passageway or the door. And now we're just moving forward, and it's just like, you know, it's going to get better and better, but it's also about really working through any of those limited beliefs. And this could be more of a mental issue and not so much blockages, but just, you know, this mental patterns and thoughts and getting used to feeling X, Y, Z and consciously changing the thought pattern, you know, realizing it and saying, okay, I'm thinking that, I'm going to be heartbroken, you know, and you're like, wait a second. No, of course I'm not. I love myself. And I know that whatever happens is for my highest good. So here I am, and I'm fully in my power, and I'm moving forward, you know? So I think like, that's just a whole different story, whole different perspective. You know, it's like, I don't need anyone to validate me. I'm totally validated. I'm open to love. I open my heart, and I know there's more healing to do, but you know, I'm in this place of pure, I'm receiving and I'm giving, and there's balance, and I have strong boundaries. So if you're not in that space, you know, feel compassionate with yourself, and you're moving towards that, if that's something that you're desiring. And if you are in this space, like, continue to step forward, because, you know, the universe and God is showing you more and more and more. And it's just about the desire connecting to the possibility and continuously going into limitlessness. At least that's how I see it now. It seems so clear. Like it's, you know, I was saying in a previous video on Facebook, I think, or on Instagram, you know, I love swimming. I've been doing a lot of exercise, starting to swim 3 times a week, and I've been walking around a lot in my neighborhood. And every day I come home, and like, my body is, my legs are always a little bit, what's the word? I can feel the muscles working, let's put it that way. So, and it's a good feeling, because I sleep really well, and I'm up for the next day. And now my body schedule is a different schedule, because I'm getting up early every day. So I think those are all good things. And so what I wanted to share about that was, I love to swim on my back, and I love to look at the sky, because it's so limitless. And the more that I open up into this limitlessness, and sometimes I'm just like right now, I'm speaking and I'm looking at the sky, you know, and there's trees outside my window. And so it just is reminding me, yes, everything is possible. Everything has always been possible. And as I open up into the limitlessness, into the abundance, into the divinity, I open up into my own potential. So that's the affirmation for you. If you are feeling like you're desiring more from your life, because you know you can do more, you know you're here to receive and give more. So it's about you stepping into that bliss consciousness, knowing that that is your birthright, to have everything that you're desiring, and to allow it in, not to run after it. You know, if something is calling to you, do it. But really, I feel like the biggest message is stepping in to the fullness of your potential, and no longer just seeing it as potential, but activating it, doing it, believing it, allowing it in, receiving it. These are very, very important pieces to seeing this in your reality. So to taking it from the unseen to the seen. So it's part of our mental process to truly, you know, to believe it and feel it, and then allow it, and continue to tell our mind, even if it's necessary meditations, if you're doing sleep meditations, you know, do them. Think and Grow Rich is a great book for that. He is, Napoleon Hill's amazing when he talks about that. And I did a podcast a long time ago about that, so you might want to refer to that one. So I want to read a couple of poems that I wrote, and I think you're going to really like them. So one is from my book, Surreal Love, Kundalini Awakening Poetry, that you can get on Amazon.com, both in the ebook or paperback versions. So it's called Abundance. Inhaling the incense of the crisp morning air, flower blossoms wafting and dotting my path, basking in the medicinal pine trees that inundate me, looking out at the panorama of nature's wonders, the desert, trees, mountains, and limitless sky, speaking in silent abundance. Eyes closing, I fall softly in the verdant grass. Kissing the blades, I yield to the core of Gaia. Hugging me close, I feel her heartbeat thundering, shaking my effervescent light. Whispers of support reverberating in my ears, swallowing me whole, licking every inch of my body. Lingering drops of sweet dew caress my skin. Laying with my back facing the sky and my stomach at one with her magnetic depth. Cycles ending, I embody eternal wholeness. Angelic spirits blessing me from above and the dense ground lifting me from below. Striding on the tightrope in between realms. leaves enveloping me in the peaceful womb space. Pure love, joy, and bliss consciousness infiltrating my heart. Grateful to supernatural forces continuing to guide my spirit. Yes, so I was already thinking about bliss consciousness a year or so ago, or even more, and I feel like I have now fully created the foundation to step into it. And I think it's an important piece to share. Anything that you have been ruminating on or working on, doing the inner work on, even if it's been for years, now you're going to see the fruits of your labor. It takes time for trees to grow. It takes time for these things to manifest, and to be patient and compassionate with yourself. And I also wanted to read a piece of erotic poetry that I wrote just this week. It's called, this was actually for the Mars and Venus Conjunct, and it's called Frequency. Moaning into my auditory canal, driving me insane, touching myself uncontrollably, feeling myself getting wet, listening only to the melody of your voice. Dirty talk interspersed makes me lose the mind chatter. Where am I? Where are you taking me? Wherever it is, I am going. Blindfolded and free, my feet are moving, body shaking, head exploding, heart reverberating. Surging waves of pleasure, thrashing to the sounds of the electrical pulses, transforming my neurons from the inside. 12 chakras spinning into a different orbit. So I want to just talk about this for a moment, because when I wrote this poem, I really felt like there's new beginnings, and there's new neurons, new electrical impulses in our brain that are forming that have never been before. So we're walking into a completely new paradigm, new way of being that's authentic to ourselves, but has never been experienced yet. So that's I want to just give you the reasoning why I wrote it that way, because the 12 chakra system is more of a recent way of looking at our chakras rather than the 7, and there are more, though we're talking now about the 12. So I am just wanted to emphasize that if you're feeling like this is new, you're not sure how it's going to be. I know I've been talking about this in many different podcasts, because that's kind of my slant, is like, we're never ever sure. Yet the more that we step in and we allow those new neurons to fuse in our brains, and to allow ourselves to rest, and to recalibrate our bodies and our chakra systems to the energy that's currently happening, which is why I bring in some of the energetic influences, because that is definitely affecting you and helping you to ascend. And it's all about letting go of the resistance, and the resistance comes in many forms. So when we can allow ourselves to dance with the energies as more of a full body yes dance, we're fully engaged in our bodies, because our bodies keep the score, as Bessel van der Kolk says. So if we allow our bodies to release the cells, the trauma, the thought patterns, the emotional baggage, take off the cloaks, walk in and fully into our power, we're allowing ourselves to dance with the current energies, to dance with God, to dance with our higher selves, to become balanced with our masculine and feminine energy, so that we can then live the life that we're desiring to live. So it's a multifaceted, multi-layered dance, and it's your choice as how far you want to go, because you are limitless, you are divine, you can do anything. So with that premise, if you agree with me that we can do anything, then you can have whatever you desire, as long as you create the space for that to happen in your life, meaning letting go of anything that does not believe in that paradigm. And this is the foundation of the new earth. The new earth is we can have everything we want. We can live peaceably. We can live in shalom. We can live and love however we want to, as long as we let go of any kind of paradigm that's stopping us. Patriarchal paradigms, old world paradigms that are keeping us back, government structures, financial institutions. It's allowing ourselves to think beyond the box, and then presenting those ideas and into the universe and into our conversations, and allowing that to bubble up. So that's what makes the change. You are what makes the change. We together form the tapestry of the new earth, including the planet. So when we heal ourselves, we heal the planet. The planet heals, we heal. It is a symbiotic relationship. We are interdependent. It's not one over another. It's not that the planet only heals and then I heal later. No, it's happening together. So your healing is healing the planet. Your desire to live near trees and plant new trees is healing the planet. Your work possibly to release any toxins in your body is also releasing the toxins from the earth, because when you eat healthy, your waste is healthy, and that's the healthiness is actually decomposing into the earth, so creating better compost, better fertilizer for the trees, the plants, that are food. So it's all always connected. And sexuality, to be honest, the more that we can step in and reclaim our sexual power for ourselves as goddesses or gods, whoever you are, however you define your gender, really just reclaiming that and really feeling into, what does that mean for me? How do I want to show up every day? How does that form my creative expression? Where am I going to push the envelope for myself, for my relationships? Any relationship. It's not just about romantic, it could be any type of relationship, but showing up in your full power with your full pheromones, is very magnetic. It's very, very magnetic for yourself. That's how you magnetize everything that you're desiring, by not hiding anymore. So I want to continue to do this, and I'm going to try to do a small piece today. And I want to thank Nitu, because she and Katie were going to be doing at the end of August for the full moon. We're going to be doing a meditation together, and we're going to be doing a series of activations. So speaking with both of my colleagues, I've decided to include some quantum healing in my podcast. And I will also be having some meditations available for you and activations from my website soon. So just wanted to inform you about that as well. So I'm going to be offering a lot of different things coming up. And I'm also going to be doing some new moon activations that those are going to be part of the whole activation library that I'm going to be creating soon. So just to give you a heads up, and it's going to be easy just to download, and you can just listen when you feel like it. So I'd like you to close your eyes. We're going to do a short abundance meditation into bliss consciousness. I'd like you to close your eyes. And if you want to lie down, that's actually the best. Lie down with your palms up, either on a yoga mat or on your bed or wherever you really feel comfortable. So you're completely in the supine position, because that's in the receiving mode. So I'd like you to take 3 deep breaths. And I'd like you to see yourself in your mind's eye with your eyes closed. And if you're driving, please stop driving. Don't drive the car at this time. Pause this and listen to it when you get home. So ideally, you're in a sacred space and you're alone. You have a few minutes. This won't be very long, 5 minutes at tops. I'd like you to see yourself about 10 feet or 10 meters above the earth, and you're suspended between the earth and sky, and you feel this beautiful warm light and love coming down into your higher chakras, goes into your crown chakra. It's on the top of your head, going to your forehead, like a really nice massage, like an exfoliating massage, or if you like hot oils, it's whatever massage you love. It's going to your nose, your cheeks, your chin, down your throat, your higher heart, your breasts and your stomach, into your yoni, on your arms, to your fingers, down your legs, down to your feet and to your soul, and to about 12 inches below, I will say 12 meters, it's even a little further below, into Mother Gaia is the Earth star. So feel that light. Feel yourself suspended and completely held by God, Holy Mother, Holy Father. And we're just going to call in all of your abundance codes, allowing that to truly infiltrate now into your being. And I'm going to just say I'm going to sound a few tones. Feeling this turquoise, aquamarine light coming in with magenta gold, a real balance of Christ, Sophia, Holy Mother, Holy Father, really enveloping you right now to take in those codes, that activation that is within your body, that is within your auric fields, that is within your third eye and your solar plexus and your throat chakra. So allowing yourself to receive that now, opening up to whatever vision or download that you might be feeling at this time, and knowing that that is your birthright. That is your true, authentic self showing up. I'm going to be silent for a moment as you integrate that in. So Feel into that yumminess, that pleasure, the limitlessness of yourself. And allow the warm light coming from the soles of your feet, Mother Gaia, all the way up to the back of your legs, the back of your knees, the back of your thighs, the small of your back, to all of the vertebrae in your spine, to your shoulder blades, your shoulders, back of your neck, the back of your head, to your crown, and up back into the sky. So you are again suspended, and you are just feeling this complete healing light and love, safe and secure. Allow yourselves to just melt into it. And we'll take 3 deep breaths together. Slowly, whenever you feel comfortable, bring yourself back to your house, to your room, to wherever you're lying on the floor. Remember who you are, where you are. Slowly allow that back into your consciousness. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And before you get up, if you are lying down on the ground, go to your, which side? You're to your left side, put your right hand on the floor. So as you're on your left side, allow your right hand to help you to get up, and think of a beautiful thought as you're getting up, any beautiful memory. It really helps to just ground that feeling of pleasure. And then slowly, slowly get up, and really allow yourself to know that you can always go back to that place with just one thought. One thought can take you there and activate those codes again. So this was an activation to open you up into a deeper sense of bliss consciousness, and allow that to integrate in your field for as long as it takes. Continue to drink lots of water, get lots of rest, and really release any kind of limited beliefs that might be coming up. So if you thought that this was helpful, please let me know. You could always send me an email at gilanehemia.com, or you could schedule a 15-minute call with me at gilanehemia.com. And I'm really excited about this new offering for my 6-month program. And so if that is of interest to you, definitely let me know. Spots are available. And I don't take people all the time, but I'm doing an enrollment right now. So I'm really, really excited about it. And as I said earlier, I'm going to be putting some information about Neetu and Katie, their websites, and you can contact them if you'd like, and I'll be giving you more information as it comes about. Our book is still going on. I'm very excited it's going to the publishers soon. And I am just feeling really happy that we have been getting to know each other. And even if I don't see you, I feel you. So I know you're there. I feel your energy, and I'm really connected to you. So I want to just thank you for listening. I'm going to close the space right now. So we're going to take another few deep breaths. We'll do 3 deep breaths. Want to thank our light teams, God Source Universe, our guides, our angels, our ancestors, our spirit animals for assisting us in this beautiful, beautiful session, opening us up into bliss consciousness, into all that we are desiring, into our connection and union within ourselves. And as we allow the unseen to become our reality, thank you, thank you, thank you. For blessing each and every one of us, for connecting our heart spaces and connecting us to the infinite intelligence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, and so it is. Namaste, Shanti, Shalom. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be back next week. Love you so much. Bye-bye.